I was shocked to discover the one who replaced me in the competition was the adopted daughter my parents took in up north. It was only then that I realized the tragedy of my past life was orchestrated by my own parents. In my previous life, after my parents disappeared doing business in the South, I sold everything and studied hard, hoping to get into a Southern university and find clues. I even gave up the chance to be recommended for college through a math competition, and went alone to a remote town chasing any lead. But the endless searching and years of stress and wandering turned my hair white at a young age and left me seriously ill. Yet, after searching every Southern city, I never found a trace of my parents. Until the end, I finally learned they had long settled down in the north and adopted a new daughter. When they returned home, I rushed to greet them with excitement, but they pretended not to know me and refused to acknowledge me. In the end, the one who stood beside them in the family photo was only that adopted girl. Seeing that scene, I coughed up blood from anger and died on the spot. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day of choosing my college preferences. This time, I firmly wrote down the Northern University I truly wanted. But as I submitted the form, my uncle stopped me. He questioned why I would choose a northern school when my parents had gone missing in the South, and I had spent my whole life trying to find them. I insisted that this was the university of my dreams. My uncle got anxious. He said he came to school as my guardian and couldn't watch me go astray. So I had to lie, saying applying to a northern school was also to look for my parents. After all over the past 15 years, I sold the house, gave him all my savings, and asked him to search the South for me. But there had never been any news, so I wanted to try a new direction. Unexpectedly, he denied it immediately, saying my parents couldn't be in the North, that the South was the only clue. Hearing that, I told him about all my suffering. If the South had no news for so long, then I had to go north. The teachers in the office were moved and persuaded my uncle to sign. In the end, he had no choice but to put his name on the form. But the day before the math finals, I got a call from my uncle. He said he had found traces of my parents in a southern town. I sneered inside. In my past life, it was this very message that made me give up everything and go south, missing the chance to be admitted and ruining my life. This time I wouldn't fall for it. So I pretended to be thrilled, saying I'd leave right away to find them. My uncle hung up with a triumphant smile, unaware that he had walked right into my trap. The next day I showed up at the exam as planned, but was stopped by the proctor. My uncle said a student with the same name had already entered. My heart sank. So someone had impersonated me again, just like in the previous life. To verify my identity, the teacher had the police bring a fingerprint scanner. The match was confirmed quickly. My identity was fully verified. Then one of the officers recognized me and mentioned my uncle had reissued an ID yesterday. But the person in the photo wasn't me at all. That one line woke me up instantly. The girl in the photo was the adopted daughter my parents took in up north. I recalled that before I died in my last life, I heard my parents calling her name and thought they missed me so much they gave her a name that sounded like mine. But now I knew they had planned it from the start. They wanted her to replace me, take my spot in the competition, and steal my entire life, while I would miss the college entrance exam again and be abandoned. Thinking of this, I urgently